Hello everyone, I am Prashanjit Nandi. Welcome to my channel. In the previous video, I have discussed how to find square of a number using duplex method. Today I will describe how to find square root of a number. Square root of a number which are not a perfect square. That is, we all know about perfect square. 9 is a perfect square number because 9 can be written as 3 square. Now 16 is a perfect square number because 16 can be written as 4 square. So those numbers are perfect square number. But we will calculate the square root of a numbers which are not a perfect square. For example, root over of 10. So 10 is not a perfect square number because it is not a square of any single number. X is square, so x is not an integer. We cannot find an integer whose square is 10. So similarly 11 is not a square, not a perfect square number. 17 is not a perfect square number. So today I will describe how to find square root of those type of numbers which are not a perfect square number. So to know how to find the square root of a number which are not a perfect square, we need to know a formula. The formula is as follows: root over of a plus b equals to root a plus b by 2 root a. Here a is a square number, a is a square number and b is not a square number. A is a perfect square number, a is a perfect square number and b is not a perfect square number. So how to find a square root of those type of numbers? For example, suppose we have to find root over of 10. So how to find root over of 10? So first we need to know what is a and what is b. So we need to find a number, a perfect square number which is nearest to 10. So we all know 9 is nearest to 10 and 9 is a perfect square number. So 10 can be written as 9 plus 1. When 9 is a perfect square number and 1 is not a perfect square number, 1 is also a perfect square number. So b can be perfect square number or not a perfect square number. B can be any number but a has to be a perfect square number. So here root 10 equals to root 9 plus 1. So it can be written as 9 plus 1. So here the formula is root over of a, that is root over of 9 plus b is 1 by 2 root over of 9. That is root over of 9 is 3 plus 1 by 2 into 3. 2 into 3 is 6. 1 by 6. So 3 plus 1 by 6. So what is 1 by 6? We all know 1 by 6 is 0.0, 6 ones are 6, 4, 0, 6 6 are 36. That is 1.6 and so on. So that is 0.16. So the answer is 3.16. So root over of 10 is 3.16. So this is an approximation answer of root over of 10. So this is the way we can find out a square root of a particular number which is not a perfect square number. Here we need to write the number as a plus b form, where a is a perfect square number and b may or may not be a perfect square number. B is any number nearest to a. B is any number nearest to a. Then we need to apply this formula. The origin of this formula is calculus. Ones who had deal with calculus can relate this formula with application of derivative. This is the formula of application of derivative. So this is the way to find the formula, to find the square root of any number which is not a perfect number. Again, suppose we need to find square root of, for example, 11. So here again we know 9 is nearest number which is a perfect square number nearest to 11. So we can write 11 as 9 plus 2. Now the formula is as follows: root over of 9 plus b. Here b is 2, here a is 9 and b is 2. The formula is as follows: root over of 9 plus b is 2 by 2 into root over of 9. That is 3 plus 2 are cancelled out, 1 by 3. So we know that 1 by 3 is 0.333. So 0.333 and 3.33 is the answer of root over of 11. So this is the way to calculate the perfect square of a square root of a number which is not a perfect square. We can find the square root of a number which are not a perfect square by this way. Again, how to find, suppose there is a number 82. How to find square root of those type of numbers? Again, we have to find a square number which is nearest to 82. So here the square number which is nearest to 82 is 81. So here a equals to 81 and b equals to 1. So it can be written as 81 plus 1. Now the formula is as follows: a plus a root over of a plus b is 1 by 2 root over of a. So here root over of 81 is 9 plus 1 by 2 into 9, that is 9 plus 1 by 18. Now 1 by 18 we can calculate by using division method, but we can do it very easily by approximate this number. Now 1 by 18 is approximately equals to 1 by 20. It is nearest to 1 by 20, and 1 by 20 is nothing but 0.05. We can see that 1 by 20 is nearest to 1 by 18 is nearest to 1 by 20. So we can approximate 1 by 18 as 1 by 20, and 1 by 20 is 0.05. So here the answer will be 9.05. So root over of 82 is equals to 9.05. So this is the way to find those type of square root. Again, we can find so we can approximate the answer. Here also the answer we have to find the answer by approximation method. This answer root over 11 equals to 3.33. It is an approximation answer. Here also root over of 82 equals to 9.05 is an approximation answer. So this is the way we can find the square root of any type of number which is not a perfect square. Again, for example, if we need to find, suppose root over of 102, we need to find root over of 102. Now root over of 102 can be written as 100 plus 2. So here 100 is a perfect square number and 2 is not a perfect square number. We know that if a number is of the form a plus b, a has to be a perfect square number, b may or may not be a perfect square number. So here 102 can be written as 100 plus 2, where 100 is a perfect square number. Now the formula is as follows. The formula is root over of a plus b by 2 into root over of a, that is 2 and 2 are cancelled out, so that is 10 plus 1 by 10, that is 10.01. so the answer will be nearest to 10.01. It is an approximation method, so the answer will not give you an exact answer, but it will be nearest to 10.1. so 102 root over of 102 will be nearest to 10.1. that will be the answer of this. This is, again I am saying this, it is an approximation answer. The root over of this will give you the approximation answer. So here the answer is 10.1. The original answer can be 10.1245 and so on, that can be so on, but the approximation answer is 10.1. so root over of 102 is nearest to 10.1. So those are the way we can find square root of a number which is not a perfect square. Again, we can find square root of a number like for example, we can find a square root of 108. So how to find square root of 108? We need to find number which is nearest to 108, which is a perfect square number. So now 108, there are two numbers nearest to 100. So 108, that is 100, and other number is 100, and so 108 only number is 100. So nearest to 108, the perfect square number is 100. So it can be written as 100 plus 8. So again we can apply this formula. So the formula is as follows: root over of 100 plus 8 by 2 into root over of 100. that is 2 4s are 8. So 10 plus 4 by root over of 10 is 10. So 0.4. So 10 plus 0.4, that is 10.4. So 10.4 is the square root of 100. So those are the ways to find the root over of 108. Now if we need to find root over of 120, so how to find 120, root over of 120? Now 100, we need to know the nearest number which is a perfect square and nearest to 120. So there are two numbers, 100 is a perfect square number which is nearest to 100, nearest to 120 on the left hand side, and the other number is 121. 121 is again a perfect square number, but it lies right hand side of 120. But we can see that 120 is more closer to 120, 121 is more closer to 120 than 100. So we need to calculate, we need to take the value which is more closer to the value. So here 120 is more closer to 121 is more closer to 120 than 100. So we'll take 121 as A. So here 121, and what will be B? B will be minus 1. Here B will be minus 1 because 121 minus 1 will be 120. Now again we will apply the same formula here. The formula is root over of 121 plus B by 2 into root over of 121, that is 11 minus 1 by 2 into 11, that is 11 minus 1 by 22. Now 1 by 22 is approximately equal to 1 by 20. Now 1 by 20 is 0.05. So we can find 11 minus 0.05, that is 5, 9, 10. 10.95 is the answer. So root over of 120, that is square root of 120, will be 10.95. So here we can write a formula as root over of A minus B. If it is not plus and it is minus, then it can be written as root over of A minus B by 2 root over of A. So this is the formula again to find square root of a perfect square number. So what we need to do is we need to find a number which is nearest to that number. We need to find a square number, perfect square number which is nearest to that number. For example, if we need to find 122, so we need to find a perfect square number which is nearest to 122. So if it is 122, there are two perfect square number. On the left it is 100 and on the right it is 121. So we need to take the value which is more nearest, to 122. So we can see that the more nearest value is 121. So we will take 121 here as A. So here A is 121 and B is 1. Again, if we need to find, suppose 143, if suppose we need to find 143, then the perfect square nearest to 143 are 144 and 121. Now we can see 144 is more closer to 143. So we have to take 144 here as A. So we have to choose A as the number A as which is closer to the number, required number. Again, if suppose there is suppose there is a number 201. So we need to find a number which will be a perfect square number which will be nearest to 201. That number will be the A. And again we need to apply the formula. The formula is as follows. If it is A plus B, root over of A plus B, a number is of the form A plus B, where A is a perfect square number and B is not a perfect square number, then the formula will be root over of A plus B by 2 root over of A. And if it is A minus B, then it will be root over of A minus B by 2 root over of A. So those are the two formulas to find the square root of a number which is not a perfect square number. In the next video I will discuss how to find square root of a number which is a perfect square. In this video I have discussed how to find square root of a number which is not a perfect square. Thank you. If you like the video, then subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get update whenever I upload a video.